Okay, folks, it's that time of the year again, and this time we are heading over to Deutschland, boys and girls, and we're going to predict the outcome of the 2019-2020 Bundesliga campaign. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we are taking a look at the 2019-2020 Bundesliga season, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep your bang up to date with all things Bundesliga related, Babin Rose related, woo, football, we're going to all hear under one roof. That's right, boys and girls. Before I just want to let you know that we don't just put anybody in the leagues, boys and girls, right here at the channel. We do it the hard way, as you see behind me, scrolling behind me. It's each and every one of the fixtures. I've predicted each and every one of the results. It might not be 100%. I went with the victories. I didn't really necessarily focus on the amount of goals, but I've done them all, and they're scrolling behind me right here on the channel. So before we jump into the predictions itself, a bit of administration for you folks. I want to let you know that I'll be doing not live. I'll be doing predictions, pre-recorded predictions for each and every one of the match days for the Bundesliga, kicking off in August. I'll have them on the channel. If you want a link to that channel, well, you're watching it right here, right now. It is youtube.com/Blackburn Rovers Seas. So we're doing each and every one of the match days like I did last season. I thought about it. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And we'll give it another crack at the whip. Anyway, folks, let's get cracking and take a little look at how I think the season will pan out over in Germany. Okay, folks, so we do predictions a little bit differently here on the channel. We don't start from the bottom. We start from the middle. That's right. I'm going to start with, obviously, there's 18 teams in the Bundesliga this season. And we're going to start right smack dab around about 10th spot. Who is in the bottom 10? Or bottom whatever, bottom 8? Who's in the top 8? One after. Who's in the bottom 9? I can't do math. Who's in the bottom 9? Who's in the top 9? Let's get cracking and take a little look, shall we? It is Werder Bremen, smack dab in the middle of the table. I think they'll be content with that. They are one of those teams that could possibly push for Europa League, but unfortunately I think the top 5, top 6 is very, very hard to break into that. You could even call it like a power 6 like they have in England at the moment, with obviously Bayern, Dortmund, Leverkusen, Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, Leipzig. It's just it's some big heavyweights that just seem to be there or thereabouts. Werder Bremen should be happy with that. No relegation worries for them into mid-table. Into 11th spot, we have VfL Wolfsburg, another one of them teams that could finish higher. They've had their seasons of woes in recent years, but obviously a good season last season, or a reasonably strong season last season. Again, I think there's going to be difficulties for them to break into the top 8, top 10. So they should be content with that. There's a lot worse teams than Wolfsburg and Werder Bremen in this Bundesliga this season. I think they're actually much weaker than it was last season. Meanwhile, FC Köln return to the Bundesliga after their season or seasons in the Zweite Bundesliga. They are back. I don't see them getting too much sucked into the relegation. I think they're a decent club, decent history as well. I think they deserve to be in the Bundesliga. And it's glad to see them back, and they'll provide some good competition for my boys, Mönchengladbach, boys and girls. Anyway, into 13th spot, we go with FCV Mainz 05. They will finish in, lucky for some, 13th spot, but I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Again, a team that could get sucked into that relegation zone, but they played out a decent season last season, finishing in reasonably well. Ultimately, I think they've got enough caliber to stick around for a couple of seasons yet, while the big boys who are in the Zweite Bundesliga and beyond are trying to get their shit together. Meanwhile, into 14th spot, we got Fortuna Düsseldorf. Again, another team that could get sucked into it, but they'll keep their heads above water this time out. So Fortuna Düsseldorf sticking around, causing some problems along the way. Into 15th spot, we have got one of the promoted teams, another one of the promoted teams, FC Union Berlin. That's right. I think that's the second Berlin team in the Premier League, the Bundesliga, sorry, this season. Now, I believe it's the bottom 2 will get relegated, and 16th spot will go into the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong. So into the playoffs we go. Who will try and keep their heads above water will be SC Paderborn 07. A bit of a local team for me. Obviously, I don't know if you know about me, but I've got family out in Germany. My mum and dad live out there right now. Paderborn is probably the closest team to us from these 18 teams in the thing. So I would like to see Paderborn stick around if they can, but they're going to have to do it the hard way. Into 17th spot, here we go, relegation for FC Augsburg. They will go down, and they will go down screaming. Unfortunately, not good enough. Again, I've done these results match by match, and realistically, a lot of the bookies think Paderborn and Union Berlin will go down easily. I just think Augsburg, they will not get enough points in the. It's going to be close. It's going to be close between these bottom 4 teams. But unfortunately for me, it's Augsburg get the call. It's their time to go. Joining them will be SC Freiburg. They will also go down as well. Another team that's been knocking on the fringe of it for the past few seasons. And I think Union Berlin and Paderborn, they're going to take their chances while they're in the Bundesliga, right? Especially Union Berlin. I know Paderborn have been there or thereabouts. They've been in the Bundesliga once or twice over the past 20 years anyway. Union Berlin, I don't recall them being in the Bundesliga, so it's good to see them there. They'll hang on. Paderborn will have to do it the hard way. Augsburg, Freiburg, they're going down. Into the top 9 we go. Where is my boys? Mönchengladbach, are they 9th? No, it's Hertha Berlin. It's the other Berlin side, so we'll have a Berlin derby on our hand. This time, Berlin, Hertha will finish in 9th. Unfortunately, just outside the Europa League spots. Into 8th spot we go. It is FC Schalke under a new managerialship. Wagner, come from Huddersfield. He left them in a bit of a shit spot. Has come over here, taken over Schalke. I think he was officially brought in while the last season was going on, and they had an absolute shit show last time out. I think they'll do much better this time out, but I don't think they will be up in the top 4 just yet. They'll just be outside the Europa League spots this campaign. Into 7th spot we go. It's Hoffenheim. I'm not even going to try. Again, one of the teams that are tipped for the top 4, top 5. For me, they'll just be outside that, into 7th spot. And Hoffenheim will give it a go, but unfortunately, they will be just outside top 6. And into 6th spot, we have Eintracht Frankfurt. That's right. Sold their Mega Man striker last time out, the Croatian, I believe. I don't know, whatever. Youngster, went to Real Madrid. I think they bought him from whoever, and then just sold him again to Real Madrid for megabucks. So that's a lack of goals for them this season. So I still think they'll have enough in the tank to be in or out of the mix for Europa League spots as well. And there we come. It is Borussia Mönchengladbach into 5th spot. Again, this is a bit sour note for them, just outside the Champions League spots. But ultimately, they'll have a good season. They might flirt with it a little bit, but ultimately, they will be Europa League bound as it stands. Into 4th spot we go, and it is Bayer Leverkusen. I can't recall where they finished last season. I think they also finished in Europa League spots last time out. I don't want to elaborate on that, but I think they'll finish in the Champions League spots this time around. Top 4 for them, but unfortunately not going to compete for the Bundesliga title. It is a battle of those two, but these boys are going to give them a run for the money. It is Red Bull Leipzig, and they just keep on churning out the talent, the results, all that kind of good stuff. Timo Werner, I don't know if he's moved on or not. I'm not too sure, but he is a key figure, or was a key figure for them. He might have joined Bayern, not too sure. Any German fans out there, correct me in the comment section down below. Where is Timo Werner? Is he at Leipzig, or has he moved on to Bayern? Speaking of Bayern, I went for Dortmund last time out. There we go. I'm going to just do it anyway. I went for Dortmund last time out. Then, fortunately, they just got pipped at the post by Bayern this time out. And it should be close once again. I think Leipzig will be more of a factor this time around. I think it'll be more of a 3-horse race than a 2-horse race. And I think Dortmund will edge it. I think Dortmund will have I think the games against Bayern are huge, and I think Bayern might have the edge on those. It's just the other ones, the games against Leipzig, the games against Frankfurt, the games against Leverkusen. I think those ones will be the deciding factor. But Dortmund do have a lot more derbies on their hand. I think like Schalke, they have a little bit of a beef with Mönchengladbach, maybe Köln now, all in that sort of area. So yeah, I think Dortmund will just edge it. And just to let you know that this is, I didn't put them all over. While I just do a bit of jiggery pokery around here, I'll show you what I'm talking about, boys and girls. Right here. Here it is. Here is the table in all its glory. As you can see, Borussia Dortmund top it by 1 point. Leipzig 73 points as well. Leverkusen quite a bit away in 4th spot with 58 points. Then it's joint Mönchengladbach and Eintracht Frankfurt with 57 and Hoffenheim with 56. Schalke 55. Down the bottom there, Freiburg and Augsburg. Freiburg definitely relegated. Augsburg just unfortunately by one point behind Paderborn and Union Berlin. So as you can see, yeah, maybe this bash bosh and what have you. So, and while I still have you folks, if you want to do your own predictions, why don't you head over to worldfootball.net, click on the Bundesliga option there. They have a table calculator. You could do the exact same as what I've done and predict the whole season. And then while you do that, copy paste your whole table in the old comment section down below. I think it will work. If not, just give me your top 6 bottom 6, whatever, in your comment section. I want to know what you figured out for your own predictions for the Bundesliga this campaign. And again, a bit of administration before we go. Let you know that I will be doing weekly predictions for the Bundesliga starting in August throughout the whole season, boys and girls. Each and every one of the match days. We did it last season. It was good fun. I had a lot wrong and a lot right along the way, but if you want to get involved with those predictions, give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And again, just in case you don't know where we're at right here, Blackburn Overseas, youtube.com, blah 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 blah. So just bookmark this page, bookmark me, and you can come back and make sure you smash the bell as well if you'll know when a new video comes out. If you are fans of the Premier League, I've got my own cash cow football league kicking it off this season. The code to join is right up there, boys and girls. So if you are a Premier League fan and you are doing fantasy football, just stick that code in up there and you can join my league for free of charge. You have a chance to win. We're only small fry here. You got a chance to win $10, £10 a month, manager of the month, like $100, £100 grand prize winner, and the glory of becoming the first ever Blackburn Overseas cash cow champion. Yep, that's right. And you'll be wear a virtual crown on your head. I'll do weekly update videos right on the channel and also updates on Twitter. The league is now live, so just head over there now. Just punch that code in there. Maybe I'll leave it in the old description down below. Anywho, and once again, folks, if you are bored on a Saturday, especially from the month of September onwards, I'll be doing live watch-alongs for Blackburn Overseas. We can talk about Bundesliga. Obviously, I think the games take place a little bit earlier than they do for the English games. But if you're bored, head over to Twitch on Saturdays. You'll catch me pulling my hair out. We can talk about Bundesliga, we talk about Premier League, we talk about Europa League, whatever, international football, German recipes. I love a good German recipe, me. Whatever you like. I've got 2 and a bit hours to kill, so I'm open to discussion right there on Twitch. And once again, if you want to become a Patreon member, boys and girls, to help me boost the channel in other regards, I'm looking for Patreon members, whether it's $1, $5, $10 a month, whatever you can afford. That would be graciously appreciated right here on the channel. And before I bounce one more time, here are some links or some I'll let you know that I'm quite vocal on all these platforms: Twitch, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Once again, folks, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe, give it some thumbs up and all that kind of good. Give it some love so it pops up on the old algorithm. And before you bounce, make sure you stick your own comments and predictions in your comment section down below. What you think will happen this season in the Bundesliga. Will it be Bayern Dortmund doubleheader once again, or will there be another name, a new name on the trophy for the first time in a long chalk? I am a little bit sick and tired of the Bayern dominance, to be honest with you. I don't like teams dominating stuff, so I hope to see some new faces on there. But anyway, give me your thoughts and opinions in your comment section down below. Until I see you all again, which will be very, very soon, I'm sure. Thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here, I hope.